I don't think there's the remotest hopes, hell, and chance they'll get the 13 billion from Apple. I mean, and we should be like, I know it's very fashionable here, particularly among the chattering fucking media classes, to be running around, oh, Apple, big baddie, big corporate, big baddie. You really need to think a little bit further down the road here. One of the kind of cornerstones of the European Union is each individual country has tax autonomy. We have the right to decide how we levy our taxes and how, whether that's corporation tax or income tax. And then to arrive that the European Union, and God help us, it's the state aid mob, probably one of the more, I don't know what the word is, the most frequently overturned decision-making body in Europe, arriving along. It's not even the tax authorities in Europe, but the state aid mob in Europe arriving along 10 years after the event and going, no, we don't like that, we think you should have charged more tax. It absolutely flies in the heart of each nation state's tax autonomy within Europe. And I used the example yesterday of what are they going to do next? Are they going to go to the British government and say, we don't like your res non dom rules in London, so you can all charge all the oligarchs the income tax they haven't paid for the last 25 years. So Abramovich, here, you owe 6 billion. Be very careful. That the trendy response is, Apple should pay more taxes. It isn't. It's that you shouldn't have the European Union dictating to this country who we tax or how we tax. I think there's a clear case. I don't think Ireland should appeal the decision. Apple will appeal the decision. But Ireland should write a very polite letter, as I explained yesterday, write a very polite letter to the European Commission, headed by Jean-Claude Juncker, 19-year Prime Minister of Luxembourg, which is engaged in tax avoidance schemes on an industrial scale. That's not my words, that's the European Commission's words. Write and politely tell them to go to hell. We're not doing it. Ireland should not pursue Apple for this, and it should simply, like at a certain point in time, we're going to have to stand up to the European Commission on some of these issues. Do you think the European Commission would write to the French and say, we don't like the fact that you're giving about $1 billion a year to Air France on a totally bogus PSO operation between France and Corsica, where they operate 747s and have a monopoly. Nobody else is allowed to serve Corsica. And the French government should go to hell. And the Irish government should do likewise instead of holding cabinet meetings, should we appeal, should we not appeal? Send them a polite letter, go to hell. We're not pursuing this. We welcome Apple and all the other US FDI here and go to hell. But what's the European Union going to do? Nothing. Yeah. We have tax sovereignty. So what matters here is how Ireland responds to it, and the way Ireland should respond to it is do a polite go to hell. I mean, that's what the French do. It's why the European Commission wouldn't dream of ruling a state aid in France. The French have to go to hell. They wouldn't dream of doing it with the Russian oligarchs and the Chinese billionaires in London. They have to go to hell. We sit here getting I mean, this is the state aid commissioner opining now on the tax rules in different EU countries. Like, it's complete. It's the European Commission playing politics. And what's remarkable is the commission headed by Jean-Claude Juncker, who has engaged in tax avoidance, corporate tax avoidance, on an industrial scale in Luxembourg for 19 years. Please write to the European Commission and tell them to politely bugger off. We're not doing it. And that'll be the end of the matter. What's the European Commission going to do? Sue Ireland? Great, we should actually be defending Ireland's interests here. Look, the problem here you have is you have the European Commission, one of the more inefficient, and I'm a great advocate of Europe. I have campaigned vocally for, again, remain in the UK on the 2 referendums we have had here, stay in Europe. But most of what comes out of the European Commission is utter and conclusive rubbish. So I don't pay too much attention to it, although it does make cheap headlines here for a day or two, when everyone goes, let's torture Apple. Ooh.